source is not a judgmental character. No, all source merely drives the individual to reach the coordinates that they asked for. They asked for these coordinates so they could actualize the degrees of frequency of the highest resonance along the earthly plane. For when they actualize these degrees of the highest resonance, they can approach Source in greater intimacy with the knowledge of being in a dimension where they have free will as Source and chose to actualize the frequency of all Source. In that regard, they are able to bond and coalesce in a far more dramatic fashion. So there are many angels that enter into this tier with contracts. But these contracts are sacred. They are not burdens. These are adventures for the souls to manifest their actualized intention of broadcasting the true nature and the true song of all that is. For they want to draw closer. And it is not, there's no Lord or God that's holding people back in shame. It is the individual themselves who's held back in shame. For when they go behind the veil and they return and they recall what they came down for and they recall what they set out to do and they recall the intimacy that they wanted to draw forth, then it is they who are ashamed that they reacted the way they did. All Source has nothing to do with that shame. It is the individual who has the shame. The individual has let themselves down. So the individual needs to learn how to forgive themselves, how to understand that behind the veil they are a superstar for entering into the realm of corporeality, entering into this realm where you don't simply have choice between A and B, but you have choices, infinite variations and subtleties of how to act and how to actualize. And you're in this great soup, and you have so much inertia, and if you choose to actualize with love and affection and connectivity to all that is so profound in this environment, for that is the very music of the nature of all that is divine. And so the lesson is profound, and the resonance that we pull forth is not simply for oneself, for an individual is constantly coalescing with energies. Interdimensional energies are flowing with them, into them, and bonding together with them in that actualization, lending their energies. Many of them seem to be contradictory energies, but those energies want forgiveness and actualize unconditional love. For if they learn that language from the individual, if they learn forgiveness and actualize love, they get an impression of that energy and take it back with them from the dimensions where they came from, and they can impart that lesson so all can raise their vibrations and coalesce back to all. So we are all co-creators. Your choice is merely to co-create actively or co-create passively, to be in a stage of bondage or to be in a stage of intimacy and freedom, to coalesce on the front lines of this ultimate love story. Those of you who are listening to this program are those of the chosen few who've awakened early. And you shall lead the way in broadcasting your intention in this realm. And the intention of a light worker does not work the same way that your linear mind works. For when you broadcast your frequency, it broadcasts interdimensionally. And there are individuals that are not confined by time and space considerations. And they hear your music and they feel your energy and they feel your love and support to awaken and re-embrace their collective higher selves and broadcast the song yet further, and the music gets louder and louder and love begins to reign. And there is peace and harmony along this realm, and it is a dramatic love story that's imparted for all dimensions and spaces and galaxies, for all to learn from. For they did it in a space where there was free will. They did it in a space where the truth wasn't so obvious. But how about the rest of you? How could it be that you can't coalesce and forgive yourselves and get rid of the shame and return to the higher frequencies of all. This is what the symphony is all about. We are all connected. We are all in it together. We are all one. And it shall be apparent. All shall see we are all one. And we who are awakening today, we have the sacred responsibility of staying aligned and broadcasting these frequencies, regardless of what those who say they see the real world say. For anyone who says they see the real world is an individual that's locked into linear thinking and has no perception of even the minutest detail of the greater expansion of the universes. For there is nothing real about their world. It is completely virtual. For you who are sitting in this space, listening to this frequency, are beginning to get the vibration of all source energy and the real world. And you are becoming an active life worker, an individual who imparts and take responsibility and sovereignly in the freedom of your love. And you will love regardless of what anyone says. They shall not afflict you in your love, for you will love regardless of their affliction. And you will manifest true love, unconditional love along your earthly sphere, and that is dramatic and powerful. And the world can never turn back from that. No, the world hurries up in its evolution far, far faster than others had estimated. So we are blessed here tonight to coalesce in this meditation, to coalesce in this intimacy with our collective higher selves and reunite and remember and re-embrace the all-source energy that is the now. And share the sacred song through your smile and gaze. Share it from within. Embrace all within. As you travel, shall tread softly wherever you go. And